Hello YouTube, it's Harley here and I'm bringing you another TU12 tutorial video. This one's going to be a little longer. It takes a lot more time and it's more in depth on how to make an iron golem farm. That is right, it's free iron. It's pretty efficient, or not really, it's efficient. It's free iron, so how can you complain? It does take a little bit of time, but I mean it's free iron, as I said. So the first thing you have to do is you have to find the villages on your world. We found all these villages. There was 4 of them on a super flat world. I know you probably won't play on the super flat world on a new generated world, so I understand that. But you just need to find the villages on that world. And of course, this isn't going to be like the first thing you build, of course, because it takes a long time and stuff. But find them, and then you want to kill all the villagers, or you don't want to kill them. Since I'm in creative, I'm going to kill them because I can just spawn more. But since you're in survival, you need to actually take train tracks and mine carts. You need to put them in the mine carts and train tracks, and you need to take them to one central location. You really only need 2. You can just get them to breed, and that will give you the villagers you need, but that will take a lot longer. Or you could get like 8 and put 2 into each pod. I'll show you that later. And get them to breed, and that will work just as well too. So either way, it's going to take a long time in survival. That's why I'm doing this in creative, to show you, but eventually I will be doing this in survival on my channel. So since we are in creative, we're just going to kill these guys off, and I can spawn them with the spawn eggs, and that's pretty much it. And that's how we're going to start it. Alright, so once you killed all the villagers in your world, or you've moved your villagers to the central location which you need to move the villagers is 100 blocks away from every village. That is the best possible way of doing this, because you don't want them to mistaken your village as a part of this village. It'll reduce your rates, and that's very inconvenient. So what we need to do is move 100 blocks away from this village. Let's kill this last guy. And let's see, we're at like 330 X, so let's go to about 230. Right there is good. So 100 blocks away is plenty of space. I just want a little extra, and that's where we're going to start. So now you want to move all your villagers over to this central location, and this is going to be the start location of the structure for the iron golem farm. Alright, once you have your central location, you want to build up about 15-20 blocks. Just get yourself off the ground so you don't have to dig underground or anything. And you want to build this ring with a 2x2 opening in the middle. According to the wiki, iron golems, they only can fall in a 2x2 opening. They will walk over a 1 block gap. So if you have a gap like this, they'll just walk over it. That's because the dimensions for them are different than any other mob. It's a 2x2 by 4, I believe, and they can only jump up 1 block, but they are a lot bigger than all the other mobs. So leave that opening, make a ring like so. And according to the wiki, also a village, they will spawn inside of a village with about at least 10 villagers. So that's what we need to work on, is make 10 villager places for each side. Just make as many as we can, because we want to make it as efficient as possible. So we need 10 villagers at least for 1 to spawn every 6 minutes, and we need a 16 by 16 area for them to spawn, and they'll spawn in the center of it. So that's what's considered a village, a 16 by 16 area. So this is a 2. That's 2 right there. So if we count out, I believe 9. Let's see, how many did I count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 8 going out that way. And then make the part for the walls. These are going to be the wall. So that's 8 plus 8, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20. So we want a 20 by 20 square, and by doing this, I have it laid out. Now all we have to do is meet up the square, fill in the center, and make a big platform. That's the idea. Alright, so when you got your big platform made out, that's the boundaries of it. We want to build the walls. So the walls need to be, I would say, 3 blocks high at least. So build the walls 3 blocks high all around the whole border, and then we'll probably be placing in another level, and then we'll need to place in doors for the villagers and the villager pod. Alright guys, so you get the walls built up, and we want to add an extra layer in. As you can see, this is now 2 layers thick, the floor is, and you'll see why in a little bit, why I made it 2 layers thick. It just makes it a lot easier. Now we need to build in the pods for the villagers to stand in and to stay in. For the pods, there's no set dimension. I usually make it like an 8x6 or an 8x7 or 8x8, just so you can have at least 8 doors. Or let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I got 8 doors here. So 8 doors on each side. That allows 32 villagers for this this village. So that's what you want, is to be able to have 8 doors. You want to make a platform for them to stand on and build up the walls on all sides, so that'll be 4 pods. And then on top of that, you want to put glass so you can have light to see through, so they can breed. So that's really important. All right, so once you have the pods built like so, it's just little rooms. They're kind of designing it a little bit. You'll have 8 doors on each side like that. And then we went to sleep, so no need for the bed. Now we want to do some water flows, and I'm going to go ahead and spawn our villagers. So maybe we'll get one spawning at the beginning. So whenever you do it in survival, you won't be able to spawn villagers like I am, because of course you're in survival, I'm in creative. But what you want to do, you want to push the villagers to the back corner, because you don't want them going in and out of these doors. Oh man, it's a pain when they go in. So put 2 buckets of water at right beside the doors are, and then just run across and spawn the villagers, and they will flow back to the wall. They shouldn't go in the door if you're careful. And don't do that. Okay, there we go. So that's what you got to do. And as you can see, they're all flowing to the back, and that won't hurt anything. And these guys are helping me out with this. Thank you very much. And now what we need to do, we need to make the waterways for where the iron golems will spawn. According to the wiki, they do spawn on water, so that is a good plus for us. That helps us out a lot on doing this. So put water in all the corners like so. It's not in, it has to be in the corner, of course. Alright, and now we need to tear out all this available stone. If you don't have to do the way I did, if you can just kind of figure this out, it just makes it really easy if you build it like this and then tear it all out. Tear all the stone that's not covered in water out, and that's going to be the drop level. And then I'll show you how to add more to it. Alright, this is what it'll look like once you get done tearing out all the blocks that aren't covered in water. And what you want to do is, you want to take water buckets and put it along the doors like this. So it'll take 4 buckets for each side. Just use however you know how to do with water, and get your 4 buckets if you're in survival. So put 4 water buckets all around. And now, you might want to do this first, but it's just up to you. It's going to be very difficult in survival. You want to take out the blocks that water stopped on. So in the corner, the water stopped on this block, and this block, that block, yeah. All the way diagonally across. Do that on every side, and it should make a full flow pattern down to the middle. As you can see, it makes a full pattern down to the middle. What you can do is, you can make it a tad smaller, but then they may end up spawning on the edge, or you can make it as big as I did and just knock this out. So knock your center blocks out. That's why they're different colors, so I know to knock those out. And now we need to put in a lava trap or something to kill them in. Alright, for the lava trap, you're just going to need some signs and a bunch of buckets of lava. Since mine's the hole's a little bigger than normal, I'll need quite a bit of lava, but I mean, you can use whatever you want. Since they're at least 3 blocks tall, so we want the lava setting on their heads. So you need the lava to be on the 3rd block from the floor. Our floor is here, so just count up. Lava's going to be on the 3rd block. We need it to stop right there on the 2nd block. And I believe they just spawned one, probably, or that one spawned itself. It just depends. It's usually every 6 minutes you'll have 1 iron golem spawn. And if you've done any testing on the iron golems, you get about 4 pieces of iron and like a rose. So that's how it works. They do take a lot of damage, so it does take a while to kill them. That's why you want to have a lava trap kill them for you. As far as I know, they do not drop any XP, so there's no point in killing them yourself. You might as well just use the lava trap to do that. There you go. As you can see, there's our lava trap. Now what we want to do is, we want to make sure that all the items don't die in the lava or anything. So take a water flow and put it in the back corners like so, and have it flow up to the area which you want to collect your items. And I like to use pressure plates to stop the water flow. And there's also this neat trick that somebody in the lobby came up with. Once I find the pressure plates, take a redstone lamp and take some pressure plates. We're done with the doors, throw those out. and use the pressure plates to stop the water from flowing, and then use the redstone lamps to put beside it. So every time you're walking around your world and you see these lamps on, that means there's items sitting here. So that's a really good way to know what you're doing. It looks like we lowered the floor one more, so I'm assuming they're saying that this is a lot taller than what it needs to be. So they're actually 4 blocks tall, so their heads will be sticking on the 4th block there, and that's how it's set up. Now let's go ahead and just spawn one in manually, just so we can get a good look at it. Oh, one spawned anyways, I believe. Where'd he go? Is he down there? Okay, so I was right. They were wrong. It needs to be 1 block up, like I thought it was. So we need to kill this guy off and raise this up. And it's like I said, at 3. I think they're manually spawning them for us. So we need to move this up 1 block. All right, there we go. We have the blocks elevated. As I said, they're 3 blocks tall. So for their heads to sit in the lava, you need to have the lava on the 3rd block, the signs on the 2nd, and put the water at their feet. So the water at their feet will push them to you, and then the items will fall down onto the pressure pads, activating the redstone lamp, so you'll know when it's activated. So now I know it's dark. Let me go manually spawn one in. Also, they do spawn in light, so you might want to take this area and just light it up with torches all around the top of the doors. That will help them spawn. But let's go ahead and manually spawn one in. For that, you need iron blocks and pumpkin, I believe. Let's see. It's like this, I believe. I have not watched any videos. There we go. It goes down and goes down into there, and it pretty much just sits there until it dies, and then the items will fall. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're making some kind of redstone piston activated thing. It's going to hit the pressure plates, and there you go. This is the items usually collect. It's usually a rose and some ingots. It's free iron, and it's pretty simple to make. It just takes a while, but you will always have free iron going in your world. To make this more efficient, what you can do is you can add another layer of this up in the sky, basically completely copying this design. But you need to have it at least 70 to 80 blocks away from this area, way up in the sky, so they will spawn. Otherwise, if you have it too close, then it'll think the villages are the same, and it won't help your rate. Here's an example of another finished product I started off whenever I first made this. As you can see, we have another layer way up in the sky. It's I believe 80 blocks up, and they will spawn and fall down into this platform. I made a bottom layer to see if it works, but this doesn't work, so there's no point in wasting your time. Just make one single layer. I put a lot of doors up just to see if that changed anything. It did not change much at all. They still spawn by 1 every 6 minutes. So that's all you need. It does not matter how far away you are. We've been like all in this area building stuff, and they will spawn and come down. I've had 2 in here at once, and over the course of a couple hours, this is what we've been getting. Pretty much all day we've been spending on this world messing around with the new TU12 items, and this is all the stuff we've collected, well, minus the mob heads, of course, but that's all the iron we collected. So it's a pretty good farm. I mean, it is free iron, so if you think of it that way, it's pretty awesome, and it just fits perfectly. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a like. It helps me out tremendously, and I'll talk to you guys later.